Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's been a little bit of time now since we've actually played with the 87 Mustang GT here. I do have a few things that I do want to install before the end of the year. I may not get to them all, but there's one piece in particular that I thought was kind of neat and I figured I'd show you guys. Let's go ahead and bust it out here and show you what I'm working with. This is essentially what I'm working with here. And what it is, it's a nice big piece of pipe and a nice big coupler. So I'm going to put in a custom power pipe for my turbo kit. So let's talk about that for just a second here. Let's take a look at the engine bay and I'll show you kind of why I'm doing this. This is the filter I purchased from On3 Performance. It's a 4-inch diameter, so it fits right on the turbo housing. There's a couple of issues with this for my car. The first one, main one, is that it actually runs into the radiator hose here. It actually leans right up against this. I don't foresee there ever being an issue with that. However, it just doesn't look right to me, so I'm not a fan of that. Also, this thing is just going to be drawing in all the under hood air here, which is going to be very hot. Whenever this fan kicks on, it's going to be blowing air straight up, and of course, this filter right here is just going to suck in all that hot air. Not a big deal with turbos though, however, because you do have an intercooler. However, if I'm going to help it out a little bit, I'm going to draw in cool air from the inside of the fender over here. Now, if you have a stock engine bay on a Fox Body Mustang, you normally have a hole, a large oval-shaped hole right here for your factory air box, or where like an aftermarket custom cold air intake would go, or inlet pipe or whatever that draws in cold air from the fender. So with my engine bay being shaped, I am going to have to modify that and actually make that work. So there's a couple reasons this is probably going to help out, especially on hot days where if you're just sitting at an idle and anything, you're going to see pretty high intake temperatures. You're getting hot air already from here. It's just drawing in all that hot air, and the intercooler has to work hard to cool down that charged air. But if you have that power pipe coming in from here, it's going to be drawing in whatever the temperature the inside of the fender is going to be, which is going to be much less than whatever the engine bay is going to be, especially on a turbo car. So, yeah, that's we're going to be working with this filter again because it's a nice stubby filter. It'll fit in here just fine. And that pipe and that that coupler. The finished product looks something like this, and as you can see, it's very simple. 90-degree coupler, the straight 4-inch pipe, and the filter. Of course, you're not going to be able to see this filter. It's going to be inside the fender well. However, you're going to see the 90-degree coupler and this polished pipe, which is going to look good under the hood. So it's really more of a piece of underhood jewelry more than anything as considered to a performance part. It is going to serve some functionality, especially on hot days where it's drawing in all the cool air from the fender well instead of all the hot air from the engine bay. So I think I'm going to see some different changes to the intake temperatures and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. But more than anything, I really wanted to have more of a custom piece in the engine bay versus that filter being right up against, right up against the radiator hose. It looks ugly, and I don't know. So this is more, like I said, a jewelry piece. It's going to look good under the hood. Not much for the install, really. I do have to cut out that hole to actually have this pipe lay inside the fender well. And then, of course, get that filter attached. So a little bit of modification for me personally, but if you have a turbo kit and you're going to be installing, if you want to install something like this, very simple or whatever. I don't know if my buddy Derek is going to add this to his list of things that he'll make and sell, but it's very simple if you want to make one yourself. Get yourself a 4-inch diameter coupler, which and a 90-degree coupler like this one. The turbocharger that I have is a 4-inch diameter, so that's why I went with this. And get yourself some matching pipe, and then whatever filter you decide to go with. So yeah, pretty much all there is to it. I'll go ahead and get to work on install this and show you guys the results. My cut right here, nice big hole. I'm going to go ahead and dress it up with some vacuum hose that I split down the middle. That's what I did with this here. So that way it hides any of the chip paint and stuff along those lines. And then I can start installing it and putting it all together. My little gasket, I guess you can say, in. Now it's time to put the whole power pipe together. All installed. Trickiest part is literally when you get the filter up in here, tightening the screw down for the clamp. But as you can see, just a nice little piece of engine bay jewelry. Looks pretty neat. So I'm happy with it. Thanks to my buddy Derek for making this piece of pipe for me. And it should, on hot days, bring down those temperatures for the intake. And it just looks cool under the hood.